Hey everyone, welcome back to the mailbag. Today I'm going to cover a quick topic about frame height. Frame height, if you're not aware, is basically the distance from the base to the top. Now this is going to be the minimum height, and that's dictated because there's an aluminum frame inside that's there to distribute weight from the contents of your pack over the entirety of your back. With that in mind, a X30, which is this pack here, has a smaller frame. You're about 5 to 6 centimeters shorter than the X50, so you have less area that the weight's being distributed over. Now, the more area being used, the more comfortable your pack's gonna be in the long run. For smaller missions, people who are just kind of not shooting from their car, but hiking in maybe, 30 minutes to an hour or less, those kind of days won't be too affected by it. But if you're the type of person who will be entertaining the idea of big hikes, 2 hours, maybe they're 10 hours, the kinds where you get dirty, stinky, sweaty, you gotta take a shower after. If that's you, then you really need to be mindful of the frame height. So if I had 25 pounds in either of these bags, it's gonna be much more comfortable in the X50 than it will be the X30, because the X30 is gonna be compressed into a smaller area, whereas it's gonna be distributed over a larger area in the X50. Now, one way to visualize that is if you had a bowling ball and you had it in a bag on your back, and that bowling ball was, was solid in one area, you can imagine how carrying that would be. Now, if you cut that bowling ball in half, put half on the top, half on the bottom, I'm sure you can quickly visualize that it's going to be a lot more comfortable like that. Now, that's a bit of an extreme example because we're only talking 6 centimeters difference here, but the same general idea applies. So you should buy your pack size for the hard times. Don't buy it for the small hikes. If you only do small hikes, that's fine, then buy it for small hikes. But something I get a lot of questions about is people wanting packs that fit great when they're traveling in the airport, commuting in the city. They want it for those times when they just want that extra comfort and convenience. And as much as I understand that, the reality is you need to buy gear that's best for you when the times are tough, not when you have the ability to go find a bench to sit down on, not when you can go buy a cappuccino. You gotta get your gear for the hard times. So keep that in mind when you're shopping for your bag. Resist the temptation to buy a bag that's too small. The luxury of space is a blessing. Personally, one of my greatest stresses when I'm packing is space. More often than not, I end up upsizing my pack because it's just so much nicer to have space than to stress about not having enough space. I think that's all I've got for you today. This is the X50, the X30, the X70 is just a touch taller than the X50, but it's also deeper. So consider that too when you're shopping for your Shimoda Action X backpack, and we will talk to you next time. Take care.